Hello, I think I'm live again. Do you know what? I'm just going for it. Live every day this week so far, and it's only it's only Monday. So Nick McDonald here again. Hello, Rise to a Million community. Rise to a Million. I'm going to make my phones go off. I'm so popular. Let me just turn this off. A minute. So that's Anthony texting me. Yeah, I'm live, Anthony. Okay. So right, what I want to talk to you about. So easily distracted. This is absolute killer. It's a killer for distracting you and stopping you getting what you want. So today what I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking to you about is, as I said it in the little description up there, is how to get what you want. Right? How do you get what you want? And how can you almost guarantee you're going to get what you want? And there is a way to do it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what we think about habitually, and what our habits are, unconscious habits, and how that might drive us. And also give you a little bit of a technique that you can implement in your business today, for you today, because it's Monday. You know, but Monday comes and we are very quickly, we're either shooting bullets or we're dodging bullets. You know, by about Monday lunchtime, you know, we're all over the place. So it's good to have a bit of thinking time, I think. In any business, always good to have a bit of thinking time. And then also to have a bit of a strategy that you can implement to make sure you get what you want. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, this little book here, right, you should read. If you haven't read it, you should read it, right? It's all about, as it says, right, extreme ownership. I think Anthony thinks that I've got a man crush on this guy, but I haven't. I just think it's a really good book. And I was talking to Anthony about this, and also talking to our mentor about how do you get what you want? How do you really stick with it and do it? And I posted in the group yesterday something that I read, which was, I'm paraphrasing now, but it was, if you don't sacrifice things for what you want, you know, to get what you want, then what you want is what you're going to sacrifice. And when you really think about that, that's quite a profound thing. So another way of putting that is, which is harsher, this is harsh, right, is, you know, you earn what you deserve, right? You earn what you deserve. You get what you deserve. So for instance, if you, if you really, really want something, then you focus on it a lot, and you single-minded after this one thing, and you work stuff out in your head as to how you're going to do it, and you focus. And that takes discipline. You know, that does take personal discipline. But if you have the discipline to have the focus, then, you know, and to do that over a period of time, then you get what you want. And in order to get what you want and to have the focus, you have to sacrifice other stuff. And, you know, what we talk about a lot is being aware of what we want, being aware of what we actually do and how we spend our time. I mean, how much time do you spend, right, on your, you know, little machine that you keep, you know, at the end of your arm? We've all got one at the end of our arm, right? Mine's on my arm all the time, right? Trying to get rid of it. But how much time do we do this? What? So scroll. I'm scrolling. I wasn't, you know, looking at my lap. I was looking at the phone, right? So how important is it to tune in to me every day talking to you, right? How important is it to listen to Gary V, or, you know, the amount of time that we spend just overloading what we've got? It distracts us from what we want. So the first thing that I would recommend you did was really audit what you do with your telephone, how much time you spend on it, and what you actually do with it. Is everything you're doing on your phone tuned to what you want? Now, how many hours a week do you spend on it? So you know, it's good to have a phone. It's good to use it, you know, socially. But how much are you kidding yourself that you need it all the time? So I think that's the thing. So if you're going to get what you want, right, you have to be focused. And if you need to be focused, or in order to be focused, you have to be disciplined. And in order to be disciplined, right, you have to sacrifice stuff. Because if what you really want, you don't focus on, you're never going to get it. Never, ever, 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 ever going to get it. Right. So The obvious example is, I want to have firm, flat abs and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So when he was much younger, obviously it would look like him now, it would look all like that, right? But I want to look like a Mr. Universe. That's what I want to do. But in order to do that, I've got to focus on that. I've got to make sure that I'm organizing my time of day around, my diet, when I'm eating, what I'm exercising, what I'm drinking, and all of that. And it will require focus for a long period of time. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to sacrifice other things. So, when we come down to, you earn what you deserve, right? I don't deserve to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger because I don't focus on my body in the way that I would need to if I wanted to do that, right? So if I did, I'd then have to sacrifice other things, which I'm not prepared to sacrifice. So I suppose the idea for me, where am I going with this, is that where you are now, right? Let's keep this business related. So where you are now in your business is totally, your responsibility. Totally, through the choices that you've made, and the focus that you've placed on your business. And every single one of you, if you applied some real serious focus, if you got to a real clear what you want, right? So you're what you want. If you had clarity on that goal, and you focused on that every single day, you had habitual daily habits, right? Habitual habits, that's the thing. Then you would definitely achieve it. So, but we tend to lose sight of it. We tend to lose sight of what we want. So the lack of focus on your what you want will mean that you'll never get it, right? So the first step of getting what you want is to get absolutely clear on what it is that you want, to get absolutely crystal clear on what it is that you actually want, and then why you want that. So you've got to make that really, really, big in your mind. That you've got to have loads of compelling reasons why you want it. And once you're clear with that, this is what I suggest that you do. This is only going to be a quickie today. I said that yesterday and I talked for 25 minutes. But this would be the sequence. So once you've understood that you're responsible for where you are now, that you're going to have to really focus to get what you want, and you're going to have to sacrifice other things and be disciplined about it, and you're clear what you want, this is how to make sure you're going to get what you want. And this, again, we in our program, we talk to you about this, we hold you accountable, and we help you through this. So first thing is you need to identify what you want, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to think about what it is that you need to do. You need to be clear about this. What needs to be done so that you can get closer to what you want? Okay, so what is it that you have to do to get closer to what you want? Then the third thing is how are you going to do that? This is really simple stuff, but how are you going to do that? The fourth thing is the most important thing, right? So is the what. What are you going to do every day? What's the daily things you're going to do every day to make sure that you hit what you want, that you get what you want, right? Because you can't implement a goal. Have I written that down here? Yeah, you can't implement a goal, but you can action a plan. All right. So for instance, we'll keep it with weight loss because I started with that. So if my goal was, I'd like to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was much younger, not now, then, that's my goal. So, what has to be done? So I have to change what I'm eating, and I have to change, my exercise regime. That's what I need to do. How am I going to do that? Right. Well, actually, I'm going to need to think differently about what I'm shopping. I need to go to the shops and buy different food. That's what I need to do. And also I need to join a gym so I'll have access to exercise equipment and get some help potentially to help me do that. And then what daily action do I have to do every day to make sure I get there? And that's measurable. So I need to just say, right, I need to go to the gym every day and lift heavy objects, right, until I sweat every day. And then the final thing is, how will I know, right? How will I know what success looks like? So when will I know when it's working? What's the result that I'm after? So if you apply that to your business and you're thinking, what I need to do is, what do I want? I want to have a recurring, income, monthly income of $20,000 through maintenance agreements, right? So the thing would be, right, what has to be done? So in order to do that, I need to beef up my maintenance agreement contract. I need to train my sales team. There'll be a list of things that you need to do. Then you've got, right, well, how would I do that? So do I already know that? How to do that? Do I need to get some help from that? How am I going to actually implement what I need to do in order to be ready to do it? And then what do I need to do every day in my business to make sure that I can, get to $20,000 a month, recurring income through maintenance agreements? What is it I have to do? So I'm going to have to track and monitor what I'm doing. I'm going to also track and monitor what my team are doing. I'm going to have to coach and performance manage them, and every single day, these are the things we need to do. We need to make sure we follow up, like we were talking about yesterday or the other day. How am I following up? What's happening there? And make sure that every single tech, every single visit that the tech, or that you are in front of a customer, that you introduce it. That's something else that you need to do. You need to make sure that there will be things that you have to do in every day to make sure that you get it done. And then the final thing, when will I know it's working, is that you will actually see that you have, you could set yourself some milestones and say, well, what I need is, let's, the end of this week, let's just have 10. Then the next week, let's have another 10. Then the next week, let's have, let's say I get to 15. So you've got a bit of a process there, around how to action a plan. So you have to get a goal. So let me just review this for you, right? So you have understand, first of all, that where you are now is completely up to you. Understand that you have to focus on it. You're going to have to focus on where you need to get to. What you focus on your business to get where you need to be. You need to, once you've got that, properly understood that, right? I know you're going to say, yeah, Nick, I know that, but so many people know that but don't actually do it. Do something different. So you need to find out. You need to get what you want. What is it that you actually want? Get crystal clear in that in your mind, and then get crystal clear why you want it. What's your why? Why you get out of bed every morning? Great thing we talk to our guys about is I get out of bed and give it my absolute best every day because, and then you list some things, and then you read that every single day when you get out of bed to remind yourself why you're doing it. And then you've got to think about, right, well, in order for me to reach my goal, what's the big thing that has to be done? What actually has to be done to help me get there? The second thing is, how will you actually do that? So just think about what you need and what needs to be in place to get that done. And then the most important thing is, what is it that you have to do each day habitually? What are the daily actions you have to do every day to make sure that if you do those actions, that you're going to reach your goal? And if you do that and it's not working, right, you don't change your goal. You just change or tweak the things that you do each day to help you get there, right? So, but the important thing is, if you go to the gym every single day and you work out every single day and you eat lots of broccoli and you drink lots of water and you give up pizza and donuts, right, you're going to get fit. But if you do that, right, regardless of all the other shit that's going on in your mind, all the reasons you're telling yourself it's not going to happen or it is going to happen, if you take those daily actions, you will achieve your goal. You will get fitter over time, without doubt. So, what daily actions do you need to take to help you get there? And then, how will you know it's working? That's the other thing. So you need to set yourself some milestones. So if it is, I want $20,000 a month recurring income through maintenance agreements, you'll know that you're getting there because after the end of the first month, you'll have $1,000 recurring income, and then you might have $2,000 the next, month. So you set yourself some milestones so that you can see that it's working, you can track and monitor it. And then really the final thing, which I've yet to talk about, that will really help you is accountability, right? Is being accountable. Now, you need to be accountable to yourself, first and foremost, to yourself. And this is a big kind of business mindset thing, and I could talk about this for a week. But so many of us make a promise to ourselves and then don't keep it. Right, and that might be you. That might be on, I've made a promise to myself just recently that I'm going to give up chocolate to my birthday. So it's my birthday in November, right? The 5th of November, if anybody wants to send me anything. I like chocolate. But I've done a deal with myself that I'm going to just give up chocolate. And so many times, right, just recently, I've had some difficult time personally at the minute. and I've thought I'm going to reach for some chocolate, for some comfort food. And I reminded myself, no, you know what, Nick, you've said this, you've made this promise to yourself, so you've got to stick with it. So too often we shrug our shoulders and, let that go. But every single time you do that, you're banging a nail in the coffin of what you want. Because, what you're telling yourself subconsciously is, do you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to set myself some goals, and whatever goals that I set for myself ain't really going to matter. So make yourself accountable, right? Really, truly. And then the second thing is have an accountability partner. Talk to somebody else, either another business or your wife's, or your spouse or whatever, whoever it might be, a coach, and get them to hold you accountable. So I hope that helps you. I hope that's clear. I mean, we talk about this in our course a lot, but implementing a goal is really hard. But having a plan to get to your goal, which involves, if you break that down into daily actions that you can measure, have I been to the gym today or not? Yes or no. When I was there, did I lie on the floor crying, or did I lift heavy things? Yes. What did I do? And am I losing weight and getting leaner? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. So think about that for your business. Really think about what you want. So many people, when they come and join our program, we say, what is it you want? So I'm amazed at just how vague people are about that. Yeah, I just want to be a bit bigger, or, no numbers, get absolutely crystal clear, write it down. This is what I need and want. And then once you've got that, from that, you can then work out a plan of how you're going to get there. But make sure it includes doing something every single day. So I hope that helps you. This is Nick McDonald. It's only 16 minutes today. That's not too bad. So I hope that helps you. Keep smiling and no slacking. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.